All right, and we are back. We are going to see Farrell taking on Ragnarok. Both of these teams actually used to be the same team. They were previously the Valkyries, and they've split in two.
Sounds pretty feral to me.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like Ragnarok's coming in hard. They've got the full six on the full six on the lineup. Farrell still also has the full six. We are getting close to the end of the day. We are going to see those play-in matches coming up next, and then tomorrow tune in for both men's and women's finals. Ragnarok makes the play call. They were going for Porquez, but she calls him out, and she's like, oh, no, you didn't.
They definitely seem to be focusing on Porquez and Garcia over there at the back.
Mm-hmm.
Some prime targets, it looks like.
Based on who they've played against, like Farrell definitely has less of the old Valkyries in the lineup. So I will say that there are some players that are going to be a bit of a wild card for Ragnarok to be able to get a read on. So it's going to be interesting how that plays out. Also, we are getting close to the end of the day today, so teams are starting to lose a little bit of steam.
I will say, before these teams got started, they were very loud in their cheers and building the energy. So they're probably trying to just build off of that and get through this last match of the day before that buy-in match.
Yeah, also we know that they're not playing for all the marbles yet, only some of them, but great catch from Gostowski there off of Noslery. That's going to take it down to a 6v5, so finally we're seeing some eliminations happen.
Absolutely. They look pretty happy about that.
Peltier was not happy about that one, though, because that was not a fun place. And it was on stream. Yay!
Happens to the best of us.
Exactly. It's like a rite of passage. So we got 3 coming up now with players on the line going after it. And yes, that does take out Bradbury. No, Mauro Garcia. And that was a double tap taking out McEwen. It looks like Porquez takes a shot. And then Clark finished her off. Oh!
That was a great look by Collins.
Descharnais was not paying attention to that one at all. But they return fire and they go after Collins on that one. She stays in, though.
Looks like regrouping here with that ball coming in from the Shagger.
You could tell they wanted revenge.
It was a good look by Bruno, just coming short there.
Definitely had Clark for a number, trying to catch her off guard as Clark and Collins make the play call, and it's a 1-2, and it takes out Bruno, but they managed to return fire and hit out Clark.
Another catch.
And that was Gostowski with the catch. So that eliminates both Clark and Collins. It's just Porquez left. And that was a full send. First point on the board. It's going to go over to Ragnarok.
Can't blame them for throwing all balls there. That was definitely the look.
You know what? It makes sense, too, especially when you got that Hail Mary. Like, there's only one player left. Why not?
And the thing about that, right, is if you only have one player against you, that's only one ball that can be thrown at a time.
Not to mention, even if they did with the full send and only the one player left, it's going to tire them out having to throw until they lose burden.
Absolutely. Even that 10-second reset with each offensive throw is still going to wear and tear and put some make somebody a little tired there. So, all right, we're looking here to get the second game going of the match.
And second set.
Oh, yep, sorry. Thank you.
We're still in the same game, but I feel that.
Staying alive there on the rush.
Yeah, it looks like all 6 players are still in, but the ball burden does go over to Farrell, and they are going after Collier there. Sorry. Ooh, Collins coming in nice and easy with that block. She knew what Ragnarok was trying to do. We see Clouette making the play call with Mauro Garcia and Collins. Sending 2 over. They wanted Descharnais' number, and they got it.
Oh, we got our shoot tie going. All good.
Ooh, Collier going for, pardon me. Clouette. Par? Yes, it was par. No. Oh my God. It was Clouette.
Clouette.
She used to be on the other team.
We'll figure it out eventually.
Ooh, Gostowski was going for a catch and makes it, and that was off of Peltier. That's going to bring Descharnay back in. That's a full 6 lineup for Ragnarok, taking on just the 2 for Farrell. And they were doing a send at Collins, getting down nice and low, but a little grippy on the ball there. Ooh, right off of the chest, off of Descharnay. So back in and back out. Nice little visit to the back on the court there.
All right, let's see here. Ragnarok coming in with 4 balls.
McEwen makes a play call. Looks like they were going for Mara Garcia, and that was her and Massar. Right off of the chest of Massar. That is going to be Collins' signature throw for this game, I feel like. That's twice now she's done that, and it's popped right up in the air.
And she has that signature drop over there too, huh?
She drops it low.
Honestly, she's been doing a really good job setting herself up to still be facing the forward and be able to try to set up for catches even in that position.
She is a veteran of the game, so she's got a lot of moves in her repertoire, but she also knows what works for her, and if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Absolutely.
They're going for the knee there. She manages to block down and out. It's going to bring it back in, but Burden is still going to be on the side of Ragnarok as they make that play call. Parr going for Mauro Garcia.
I'd love to see a defensive play here from Ragnarok. They don't need it necessarily, but just to kind of change the pace of the game. Oh, and we got a catch. That'll do it instead.
That's definitely defensive to go for that catch from Parr.
All right, we got a 1v5. Collins tagged out. That'll take that game.
That's going to put another point now on the board for... Oh, that's going to put the first point now on the... Nope, sorry.
I couldn't see. Ragnarok 2, Farrell 0 to get through this first half. We have about 2.5 minutes left until no blocking for the first half. Oh, okay. Farrell taking a different strategy to stay safe on that rush.
Interesting. Sending it off court to the ball retriever and then sending it back onto the court. We know that Noslery has struggled a bit with that opening rush today, so I think that was a great move, especially if she was the only one rushing for it. Looks like they are making the play call. Almost a double catch from Massar. The first catch counts, but the second one's going to be a hit, so that's going to keep the lineup because she was the first one out for Ragnarok, and they went after Collins with feeling this time, and that's a hit.
Let's see if Farrell can turn this around here. Get some revenge on their former teammates.
They're going after Bruno and then return fire. That was a great sneak shot there from the far wing on the Ragnarok side. Going after Clark. Yeah, Clark with a block. That's the other Descharnay on Ragnarok, number 8.
Yes, there it is. Okay.
When dodgeball becomes a family event. Saves money on jerseys, though.
This is true.
And that's Clark getting eliminated. It's still going to be 4 players now on the line for Ragnarok. And we see Bruno making that play call there. Looks like they decide to retreat at the last moment. 4 balls in hand. Burden's going to be on Farrell, and they were going after Bruno, but Descharnay gets that counter shot on Noslery. It's just going to be Parr left.
I don't think we've seen too many defensive throws coming from Ragnarok, but that was a really great time to make that decision.
That cross-court shot between the two of them, like they crossed the streams. I almost thought that didn't hit her, but great honesty walking out. Like she knew. Also, we are at a very elevated angle, so something I might have missed. All right, and that looks like it's going to go into the no block because they are starting with the balls on the line. So we're not necessarily going to see a rush, but perhaps an ambush, and that's going to come straight out of Ragnarok, going between Clark and Porquez there. Descharnay was not expecting that one right in the butt.
She was definitely focusing straight ahead of her, so that was a really great look.
A good little pivot dodge, but just not quite enough. I need to get on her feet just a little bit more.
Got some dance moves going.
Peltier's still alive, though. Not on the line, manages to bring her feet up, does a little spin.
Giving Farrell 4 balls, too, so let's see if they can connect here. And they did. And again, no blocking.
Oh, yeah,
Bruno doesn't realize yet. There we go.
Yeah, I saw Collier going for the catch, and then Bruno, I was like, oh, right, thank you.
Okay, so that brings Farrell up players.
Thank you, referee Boudreau. All right, Parr making that play call there.
I was expecting potentially a pre-throw from Ragnarok there.
That was a play call being made by Clouette, yeah. And now we see coming up to the center line.
Yep, that's what I would expect here. I would make that same decision.
I see 2 balls being given back in, so it looks like, ooh, 1 ball now left for Farrell. It's going to go to Clark. And she sends their only ball, but it looks like it's a 1-1 tag situation. So not terrible, because that takes Ragnarok down to 2 players.
Absolutely, and sometimes when you know you're going down, you got to take somebody with you.
Clouette with a catch. That's going to bring Cortez back on. Peltier getting low and out of the way. That's a nice dodge there.
I'd be sending 3 here. Let's see what they do.
Just the one. McEwen trying to stay alive, but she's quick on her toes.
That's a great look by McEwen. She seems so calm under pressure, very clearly a veteran player. Her survivability has been great today. Let's see if she can bring this from a 1v3. Oh, commentator's curse, huh?
Yeah.
Still an excellent showing. Good first half here.
I think that was a great sneak attack on the side of Farrell, though. Like they know how to go after McEwen, and definitely how she was being light on her feet as well. I think it definitely showed. Gotta love that catch from Clouette, though, just before they eliminated a couple players left, leaving McEwen the only one left on the court.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, and I'm sure we've all heard before, catches win games.
And that being said, since we are at the halftime here, don't forget to vote for the MVP player of the game, brought to you by VC Jerseys. How many do you own?
Not many.
Really?
The Americans are behind on the VC Dodgeball.
I did not realize they were a Canadian company. So support local, support Canada. Those of you who are watching the Manitoba Provincial Championships. But thank you for joining us all the way up here in the Great White North.
Absolutely. You know, it's not that much colder here than it is at home, at least. So.
That's true. We're twinning. All right, Ragnarok on the far side now. Head call being made by Gostowski, sending 2, going for Collins, and that's a line out on Collins. I love how Duchamp comes up and says, hey, you lined out. Oh, that was me. Whoops, sorry.
That's the thing with hard lines is you can get real close, but the moment you touch it, SOL. So I've been there.
Almost trauma. Towing the line, you would say?
Yes, I would.
Nice block.
Yeah. Talk about twinning. I'd love to see Farrell being a little more, there we go, a little more active on defense here. We're a little stationary at our back line. More pump fakes would be great to see.
Definitely a lot more aggression to try and psych out the Ragnarok team. Change up your lines a bit too. Peltier with a nice jump block though, bringing another ball over, and that's going to be burden to throw still on Ragnarok because they do have that player advantage. Ooh, almost right into Clark. Unfortunately, from Mauro Garcia, it does go into Porquez's leg.
Those are unfortunate, and that happens to me all too often.
And then we see Gostowski celebrating that with some type of Dragon Ball-esque move.
Let's see what they do here with 4 balls coming up. Clark being nice and active.
Yep. They got to throw, they threw, but only 3 players left on the court. It gives Farrell more of a chance to spread out. Again, going a little wide on Mauro Garcia there, but burden to throw now on Farrell. 5 minutes left in the second half.
That was an interesting choice, throwing 2 balls. I mean, they're down points and down players, so I like the extra aggression and kind of just changing the pace of the game there. didn't work out in their favor, but you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right?
I mean, this is definitely the time to experiment with it too, because the points are going to matter for where you end up tomorrow during our somewhere in between semi and quarterfinals. Unfortunately, we don't have enough teams, so it's going to be a play-in, and then we're going to go straight to quarterfinals tomorrow for the women's medals. So we're going to see that taking place at the same time as men's. Ragnarok coming up to the line, 5 balls in hand, double tap on Peltier. She saw that coming and just clenched. But she walks off with a smile, which is always great to see. Block from Mauro Garcia right into Collins, and then Pacheco manages to save that for them. Going a little bit wide on Clark there, but Clark is good. Ooh, almost a fumble from the ball retriever, McManus. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I was going to see that later, so I'm just bugging him. Nice block there from Descharnay.
It looks like the kryptonite for Farrell this particular game right here has just been they're not connecting.
Clark got a little greedy fingers there and tried to go for a catch, but too much power on that shot from Ragnarok and just pops right off. And that's a 1-2, and she is calling a hit on her head. That's going to be now 4-1. So Ragnarok is in the lead with 3.5 minutes left, so don't forget to get those votes in. Went behind the nets. We are currently trying to locate one of the game balls. A lot of green lines and a lot of green balls. I can see the color clashing being affecting the players a little bit.
It's a good thing I'm not colorblind. I don't know if you are. Can't speak for you, but
I'm not.
That might be a rough one right now.
Yeah, for those of you who are, a majority of the game lines are going to be the green ones that that you are seeing. So I'm not sure what color that is. But again, Noslery does the same thing, sends it over to McManus, ball retrieving when she goes for that opening rush there. Interesting move. I've never actually seen that happen before in competitive play.
I've actually done that, or my teams have in competitive play, even with Team USA at times. Really situational there. If you know you're getting killed off of the rush every single time, it's just a safer option.
Yeah, I mean, I've personally never... Oh, Clark again going for those sticky fingers, and that takes out Clouette. In that time, we've talked about the strategy of doing it. It's down to just 2 players now for Farrell. Ragnarok is definitely feeling it, but that block on Descharnay does take them out. Looks like it might have been on the fingers. Collins going for a counter shot with Ragnarok having burden to throw.
Definitely trying to change the pace of the game over there.
Collins is always going to be a bit of a wild card, but at least with her shots, she always has something in mind. Unfortunately, this time, though, it didn't work out in her favor, so she does get eliminated. It is just Bradbury left. Ooh, and a toe tapper, and I believe that was Massasar.
Ragnarok is really building some momentum here. Unfortunate for Farrell, but great for Ragnarok that they get to build up some points here. Probably makes them feel a little bit more comfortable going into the bracket play a little bit later today.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a confidence booster for them, especially as they do start to lose momentum, because we are getting, this is the second last match of the day, actually.
Oh yeah, you're right, it is.
So they're gonna be feeling it tomorrow. They're working for that playoff spot. 50 seconds now left on the game clock. Play call being made by Farrell. Farrell with the balls. Massasar hit and a catch. Catch was good before the ball was dead, so that is going to eliminate Peltier. Ragnarok coming in hot, going for Clouette. Clouette is a hit. Is good, sorry. Oh, no. Yeah, he's calling the hit on the arm. There we go. Thank you, referee Boudreau, for confirming that. All right, 4 balls for 4 Farrell players going after the lineup of 5 for Ragnarok.
We're running out of time here before the final no blocking.
Getting low.
I'd expect some free throws here. I think this would be in Farrell's favor to try to take these shots in these last few seconds of the game. The balls will reset.
It's definitely a good strategy for them to take those shots when they can. However, I think they're going to just run the clock. especially based on the catching that we've seen out of both of these teams today. You know, it could be another chance for Farrell to score another point on the board. Currently it is 5-1. Ragnarok is in the lead. Going after Mara Garcia. She manages to get out of the way off that one. Nice hard throw from Descharnay there. 4 balls in hand for Farrell.
Hey, great delay there. Is that Porquez? On the delay, I think?
I believe so, yeah. And Clark takes a shot. Does manage to eliminate one of the Ragnarok players.
Sometimes it's hard to tell whether the delays are intentional or not, but honestly, I think they're a huge game changer in getting those actual kills.
Especially when Clark hasn't played. This is her first time playing with the team, so this is definitely working in her advantage. Almost a team catch. Unfortunately, Porquez does not get it. It's just going to be down to Bradbury and Clark now. Oof, almost an accidental block.
Yeah. Just went over.
Just breezed past the ball, but still good. And Clark going for a catch, but not quite connecting with it again. You know what? You gotta love her tenacity for trying, though.
Absolutely.
And definitely skimmed that one on the shoulder. That's going to end this one off, and it is going to be the win for Ragnarok, taking it 6-1. Coming up next on the schedule, we are going to see the 4th place team taking on the 5th place team. And now we're going to see what happens when that goes into elimination for tomorrow. And very shortly we'll be seeing that on this stream, so stay tuned.
We'll see you in a bit.